Good evening. Thanks for joining us at Awaz News. I'm Kubrali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada. Couple held at gunpoint in Whitby home invasion, 4 suspects wanted. Brampton man turns to second GPS tracker to get him back his stolen truck. Ontario to add 400 new primary care providers to deal with staffing shortage. Suspect wanted for stabbing stranger with syringe, downtown, arrested. Police. Chow says proposed 2024 budget will fully fund Scarborough busway. 7-year-old with autism goes missing from Ontario school wearing just a t-shirt in January. Suspicious transaction at Niagara Falls Casino leads to money laundering charge, OPP. Those were the headlines, and now let's jump through the details. A 43-year-old man is facing multiple charges after he allegedly stabbed a stranger with a syringe in the city's downtown core. Police say the incident occurred at around 3 p.m. on Tuesday in the area of Yonge Street and Dundas Street West. According to police, a man approached the victim from behind and stabbed him with a syringe. The suspect fled, police said, and was last seen entering the subway in the area. Police confirmed that the suspect and victim did not know each other. The victim was taken to hospital to assess. Police say Aaron Chamanchuk, of no fixed address, has now been arrested and charged in the connection with the attack. He faces 1 count of aggravated assault, assault with a weapon, and failing to comply with a release order. A 26-year-old Mississauga resident is facing charges after he allegedly stole cash from a casino in Greater Toronto area and traveled to Niagara Falls to gamble. In a news release issued Thursday, Ontario Provincial Police OPP said members of its Investigation and Enforcement Bureau responded to a suspicious transaction at an unnamed casino in Niagara Falls on January 19. Police allege that the accused stole an undisclosed amount of cash from a casino patron in the GTA and then traveled to Niagara Falls Casino to use the stolen funds. Govinda Singh was arrested in connection with the incident. He is charged with laundering proceeds of crime, possession of proceeds of property obtained by crime over $5,000 and theft over $5,000. Singh is set to appear in a St. Catharines courtroom on March 4th. Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow says this year's $17 million operating budget, which includes a 9.5% tax bump for homeowners, will fully fund the construction of the Scarborough busway. Chow unveiled the 2024 budget Thursday at Scarborough Centre Station, a former stop on the now decommissioned Scarborough Rapid Transit Line SRT, announcing her plans to fund the conversion of the SRT to a dedicated busway. Funding for the busway, which is now projected to cost $67.9 million, was not included in the staff proposed budget released on January 10th, a decision that drew criticism from many transit advocates. The mayor also confirmed that her proposed budget includes an 8% property tax hike and 1.5% increase to the city building fund for housing and transit, a detail that was previously reported by Awaz News on Wednesday night. Chow's proposed tax hike is lower than the amount pitched by city staff, which called for a 9% property tax increase as well as 1.5% increase to the city building fund. To pay for this difference, there will be one-time withdrawal of $42.2 million from the city's tax stabilization reserve fund, according to budget documents. Chow said the tax hike she's proposing represents less than $1 a day for the average household. The hike, if approved, would amount to the largest tax increase since amalgamation. Before his resignation last year, Mayor John Tory's last budget included a 7% tax hike for homeowners. A couple was held at gunpoint in an armed home invasion that happened Saturday night in Whitby, according to police. Police say that at approximately 2:45 a.m., officers responded to a home invasion in the area of Beaver Dams Drive and Audubon Street. According to investigators, the suspect smashed the victim's basement window, entered the residence, and unlocked the rear door to allow 3 more individuals to enter. Police say the suspects located the victim in the living room and forced him upstairs at gunpoint. 2 suspects allegedly held the victim and his wife at gunpoint, while 2 other suspects raided the residence, stealing numerous items such as phones, handbags, jewelry, and cash, according to police. Police say the suspects then fled the residence. Afterwards, police say that the victim attended a gas station and contacted police. Neither victim sustained physical injuries, according to police. The first suspect is described as wide, 6 foot tall, with a medium build. He was last seen wearing a black balaclava, face covering, and dark colored shirt, pants, and shoes. The second suspect is described as a black male who was seen wearing a black face mask, dark colored shirt, and dark pants. The third suspect is described as 5 foot 4 inches tall black man who was also wearing a black balaclava, face covering with a dark colored shirt and dark pants. The fourth suspect is described as a black man who was wearing a black face mask and a dark colored pants and dark colored shirt. Anyone with the information is asked to contact police or reach out to Crime Stoppers anonymously. The Ontario Autism Coalition is urging the government to investigate after a 7-year-old boy with limited verbal ability wandered off from school in early January wearing nothing but a t-shirt. Neelam Rashid said she was notified of her son's absence from Ajax Ontario School via an email on January 9th. The school said the child was found within a couple minutes by a neighbor. A million questions started to rest in my head, Rashid told reporters on Thursday. She looked up who the neighbor was and discovered it was a 10-minute walk away from the school through a wooded area. That neighbor, who I know now referred to as my son's guardian angel, advised me that she had seen my son from her kitchen window walking through the woods in the winter storm in only a t-shirt. He had no jacket, no hat, no boots, she said through tears. Speaking with the neighbor, who also provided video evidence with a time stamp, Rashid learned that her son Zach had actually been missing from school for about 35 minutes, not the 3 to 4 minutes as she was originally told. Zach was found shivering and soaking wet from head to toe, but the school did not call an ambulance. Rashid's son has autism and is supposed to have a dedicated education assistant, EA, assigned to him. In the event that he does elope, the school is responsible for calling his parents and the police. In an email statement, a spokesperson for the Durham District School Board said Zach does have direct support personnel. However, he temporarily moved away from their support. Rashid says she has now lost all trust in the school and their ability to keep her son safe. The Ontario Autism Coalition is calling for an investigation into the incident, as there are still unanswered questions about how Zach wandered off when staff noticed and the protocol that was followed after. They are also calling for additional support for kids with disabilities to be included in province's spring budget. Ontario is investing $110 million in an effort to connect more than 300,000 people to primary care teams, Health Minister Sylvia Jones said Thursday. The new money will go toward the province's attempts to get anyone in Ontario primary care provider, she said. We are not going to stop until everyone that wants to have a primary care provider can connect to one, Jones said at a news conference in Peterborough, Ontario. Jones said $90 million will help add 400 new providers who will go to 78 new and expanded primary care teams across the province. That should connect 328,000 patients to a primary care team, Jones said. Primary care teams consist of doctors, nurse practitioners, registered and practical nurses, physiotherapists, and social workers, among others. There are currently 1.3 million people in Ontario without a primary care provider, which includes nurse practitioner-led clinics, the province said. Jones said about 90% of Ontarians have some sort of primary care coverage. The province said it hopes to have 98% of patients covered by primary care team by 2032. The Ontario Medical Association says there are 2.3 million Ontarians without a primary care doctor, a number that has grown significantly in recent years. That number is expected to double in just 2 years, said Dr. Andrew Park, the association's president. Early this week, the OMA had asked the province to address the family doctor shortage immediately. There are 2,500 physician jobs currently open across the province, the association said. About 40% of Ontario's doctors are considering retirement in the next 5 years, an OMA survey of its members found. The news comes a few days after healthcare provider in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, said 10,000 of its patients will be cut loose due to retirements and doctors closing their practices. Jones called the issue in the Northern Ontario city deeply disturbing. A year ago, Jones committed $30 million to open 80 new primary care teams across the province and opened up an application process. Jones' office said they were deluged with hundreds of applications and decided to triple the investment to $90 million for 78 teams. An additional $20 million will go to all existing primary care teams for operational costs and supplies.
This was all from us today. I'm Zara, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same channel. Bye for now.